Hey there, Mr. Cack here. In today's video, we are discussing a very polarizing series. That's right, we're talking once yet again about Velma from HBO Max. Everyone has a thought or opinion on it, and not everyone is one way or the other on it. Regardless of what we feel about it, we are curious what you feel about this. So sound off in the comments below, letting us know whether you agree with us, you disagree with us, you try to agree with us, but you find yourself disagreeing with us because our faces are so gosh darn disagreeable. Either way, we hope you enjoy this, and I've got a small message from someone very important in my life. That's right, my son. Hit it, Carter! Say like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Thanks, buddy. All right, enjoy. Welcome to Rage, you nerds. I'm Mr. Cack. That's Al. We're the nerds, and we are here to probably rage. And I hope that you have a better time talking about this rant. So, the Velma series creator has recently come out and responded to the negative criticism levied against their series, to which Charlie Grandy, the creator, had this to say. The original Hanna-Barbera shows are still out there to watch. We're not erasing the originals. We just want to be a little ice planet on the outer regions of the Scoobyverse. So on, so forth. Mindy came to me and said she'd love to work on a story with Velma. She loved the character and thought it would be funny to have her at the center of the show. We asked her, so that then transitioned into a conversation about making Velma a character that's South Asian descent, to which Charlie said, we asked ourselves, why stop there? None of these characters are rooted in being white. We were worried about going to Warner Bros. And asking them to do it, but they said, do it! It's time! Just make sure it's funny and good. To which then comicbook.com incorporates their dialogue that says, it seems like Velma's changes to its core were approached with making a funny yet different final product. With Velma Season 2 already in early development, it appears the show was successful.
Give me a break, now I know what it takes. I'm putting a new face on the old one.
Al, do you have any thoughts about any of this?
Look, I don't care. Like, the characters can be whatever color they want, right?
Yeah.
We're in a day and age where everything doesn't have to be whitewashed. They can be whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. But this is utter garbage. This show is just, it is tremendously horrible. I don't know who Charlie Grandy is. He doesn't have anything under his belt besides a bunch of bullshit shows. So that he may need to stop producing stuff and just go back home and just be a comedian like he was, because this is not comedic at all. This is just a horrible show on the using the name of Scooby-Doo and Velma to try to get people to watch it.
I think my issue, my umbrage with this is, one, Warner Bros. Tasked you with going out there making it good and funny. And barring the fact that at least one of those is highly subjective, I mean, both of those concepts are subjective. What's funny to you may not be funny to me. What's good, that's a blank check of just, whatever. Like, as long as someone liked it, it was good, right? And then two, why in the hell do I trust Warner Bros. To make any decisive decision that is good or funny? All Warner Bros. Knows how to do is get bought out, merged, and tear apart their library and IP content.
And tax fraud.
I just found out recently they gave a take it or leave it deal to the creator of Final Space, to where he could now finish the story he had been working on with his TV show, his animated TV show, Final Space, that aired for 3 seasons that you can no longer find legally because they wrote it off for tax purposes, which effectively erases it from the universe. They gave him a stipulated contract saying, you can tell your story, but it could only be in one graphic novel It cannot be any other media associated with it. There can't be voices used. No voice actors can be used. You have to publish the work yourself, and you can't use a Kickstarter.
What?
Yeah, so they basically gutted him in an attempt to say, well, we gave you a fair chance. The dude has went ahead. The dude has went ahead, and so following their stipulations, has put together a website. So he couldn't advertise it on Kickstarter. It had to be a website that he created and he owns. So he created a website. He has a link. He posted on his YouTube video, hey, this is what the stipulations are. I'd really like to do it. Unfortunately, because I'm doing this all myself, the cost for the graphic novel is going to have to be, about $125.
Yeah.
He's already gotten, it's pre-orders right now. This is still 2 years in the making. This may never, this won't see the light of day for at least a solid year because he hasn't started working on it. He was just told he could do it. It's already got almost 18,000 pre-orders.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you do some quick math there, he's made a lot of money on this. He's posted an update recently saying that because of the overwhelming support for this, he will be able to he'll be able to help pay for people to come in and help him work on this so it's not just complete and utter garbage. And he's going to try to do his best to bend the rules that Warner Brothers has given him to work with without breaking them. I say all that to say this. Warner Bros. Is a bunch of bag of dicks, man. Warner Brothers
Absolutely.
is scum of the earth. They, there's that whole quote from Alfalfa from the Little Rascals where he's like reading that awful note to Darla or whatever her name is, and it ends with like, you're the scum beneath my toes. Like that's what Warner Brothers is, man. Warner Brothers is shit poop. But about Velma, listen, I don't find fault in someone taking a property and doing something different with it. I wasn't the biggest fan of Ghostbusters Answer the Call, the 2016 one with the all-female cast, but at the same time, I didn't inherently hate it. I thought, you know what? Let's see what they can do with Ghostbusters, and if nothing else, I'm at least getting more Ghostbusters.
Fair.
What Ghostbusters did is they took the property and for the most part gave it its own twist. It's not that, Peter Venkman was getting turned into something new and, potentially given a weird, wasn't Patrina Venkman. Where Scooby-Doo does it wrong, I feel like, is it takes the core characters and it makes most of them incredibly unlikable, if not all of them. And so you can't say we're not erasing. Sure. But you're developing a property that's going to affix itself to a younger generation, and then they're going to associate that. Oh man, Fred is a tiny dicked asshole that's got like vaguely white racist tendencies.
Yeah.
And that is what the generation is going to affix to their version of Fred. And I think that that's unfair to the property. I've said before when we've talked about this series, if Mindy Kaling had just made this show and it had no association with Scooby-Doo, which, let's be real, it kind of really doesn't, it probably would have been hilarious and no one would have batted an eye.
Yeah.
Hilarious is probably a stretch. It probably would have been more tolerable and no one would have batted an eye.
But if you're going to call it a Velma mystery or like a Scooby-Doo inspired Velma show, it's got to have, I feel, either a long process of mystery, trying to solve a mystery, or a recurring show, like a recurring episodes of solving a mystery with the group. That is what Scooby-Doo is. And now if you just want to call it Velma and it has no association with the property of Scooby-Doo, that would be different.
You made everyone unlikable on the show. Velma's
Absolutely.
unlikable.
Daphne's unlikable.
Shaggy or Norvell or Neville or whatever the hell his name is, very unlikable. I mean, he's probably the most likable.
Yeah.
But still, it's in like a very, oh God, shut up, dude, kind of way. But like all of them are awful. Like it just, The only one that's not awful is Scooby, and that's because Scooby doesn't exist. So, like,
Smash the
And is she solving a mystery throughout the course of every episode? No. So, like, what is the true purpose of having Scooby-Doo other than to say, haha, I made Fred have a tiny dick?